35 million Americans claim Irish ancestry. That is more than 7 times the current population of Ireland itself. The claim runs through families the same way it always has: a great-grandmother from County Cork, a grandfather who left during the famine, a surname that ends in O or Mac, a connection to a place most of them have never seen. For much of American history, being Irish meant something specific: Catholic, working class, and descended from a people who survived centuries of conquest, famine, and dispossession without losing their identity. The ancient DNA has now revealed what that identity actually is, and the story it tells goes back considerably further than the famine, further than the Norman invasion, further than the Vikings or the Celts or any of the migrations that Irish history has traditionally used to explain who the Irish are. It goes back to a replacement event so complete and so rapid that it transformed the genetic landscape of the British Isles within a matter of centuries and left behind a population that still carries the consequences in its DNA today. The island of Ireland has been continuously inhabited for approximately 10,000 years, since the retreat of the glaciers at the end of the last ice age made it habitable. The first arrivals were hunter-gatherers, small, dark-featured people whose physical appearance has been reconstructed from ancient skeletal remains and whose lifestyle left traces in shell middens along the coast and in the DNA of the soil where they camped. They lived on the island for thousands of years before the next wave arrived. Around 6,000 years ago, Neolithic farmers arrived in Ireland from continental Europe, carrying the same Anatolian ancestry that had been spreading westward across Europe for millennia. They brought domesticated cattle, sheep, and grain. They built the megalithic monuments that still stand across the Irish landscape, including Newgrange, Carrowmore, and Polnabrone. Newgrange, the Great Passage tomb in the Boyne Valley, was constructed around 3200 BC, making it 500 years older than the Great Pyramid of Giza. The people who built it were the dominant population of Ireland for roughly 2,000 years. The people who built Newgrange were remarkable by any standard. The Passage tomb is aligned so precisely with the winter solstice sunrise that for 4 minutes on the shortest days of the year, a shaft of light enters the passage and illuminates the inner chamber. This required generations of astronomical observation and engineering precision that no tools we can identify would have made straightforward. They were not primitive people stumbling toward civilization. They were a population that had been developing sophisticated knowledge and ceremonial traditions for thousands of years on an island at the edge of the known world. Then the Bronze Age arrived, and with it came a transformation that the ancient DNA has only recently made visible in its full scale. Beginning around 2500 BC, a new population appeared in Ireland. They are known as the Bell-Beaker people, named for the distinctive pottery style they carried with them across Europe. They came originally from the Pontic steppe, the same ancestral population that was simultaneously transforming the genetic landscape of the continent from Spain to Scandinavia. In most of Europe, the Bell-Beaker migration produced a mixed population, steppe ancestry, layered over the existing Neolithic farmer base. In Ireland, the ancient DNA tells a different story. A study published in 2020 analyzed ancient DNA from Irish burial sites spanning the transition from the Neolithic to the Bronze Age. The results were striking. Within the span of a few centuries, the genetic profile of the Irish population shifted almost completely. The Neolithic farmer ancestry that had been dominant for 2,000 years was largely replaced by steppe-derived ancestry. Most dramatically, the Y chromosome, the paternal lineage, showed a near-total replacement. The male lineages that had built Newgrange and the great megalithic tombs of the Boyne Valley were gone. In their place were the Y chromosomes of the steppe migrants. The pattern in Ireland was more extreme than what was found in most of continental Europe. While surrounding populations showed significant but incomplete steppe replacement of male lineages, the Irish sample showed replacement rates that placed Ireland among the most completely transformed populations in the entire Bronze Age data set. For a remote island population that might be expected to show more demographic continuity than mainland Europe, the scale of the Irish transformation was unexpected and has not been fully explained. This was not gradual assimilation. The speed of the replacement and its completeness on the male side are consistent with a demographic event in which incoming males either displaced or replaced existing males at a rate that left very little of the original paternal lineage intact. What drove this? Warfare, epidemic disease, economic domination, or simple demographic pressure? The DNA cannot determine. What it confirms is that the people who built Newgrange and the people who lived in Ireland a few centuries later were, on the male line, almost entirely different populations. The women's lineages, traced through mitochondrial DNA, showed more continuity. The Neolithic female ancestry was not entirely replaced. It survived in reduced proportions within the mixed population. The Irish today carry both the steppe ancestry of the Bronze Age migrants and a thread of the ancient Neolithic farmers who built the monuments, running forward through the maternal line across 4,000 years. The Irish language itself, one of the oldest written vernacular languages in Europe, with a literary tradition stretching back to the 6th century AD, belongs to the Celtic branch of the Indo-European family. Its survival, like the survival of Basque on the other side of the continent, is a testament to the demographic continuity of the population that spoke it. Unlike Basque, Irish is an Indo-European language, which means it arrived with the steppe migration or spread through the transformed population in the centuries following the Bronze Age replacement. The language and the DNA are both products of the same upheaval. The question of where the Celts fit into this picture has been one of the most debated topics in European genetics. The traditional model held that Celtic languages and culture arrived in Ireland during the Iron Age, brought by a wave of migrants from Central Europe. The ancient DNA record has complicated this picture significantly. The steppe ancestry population that arrived in the Bronze Age appears to have been the primary genetic ancestor of the historical Irish population, arriving before the period conventionally associated with Celtic cultural expansion. The Celtic languages may have arrived with the Bell Beaker people themselves, or spread through cultural transmission across an already genetically transformed population, rather than being carried by a separate, later migration. What this means for the 35 million Americans who claim Irish ancestry is significant. The genetic thread they are connected to is not simply a medieval or early modern Irish population. It runs back through the Bronze Age replacement to the steppe populations of Eastern Europe, and further still through the mitochondrial line to the Neolithic farmers who raised the standing stones. The Irish-American identity that survived the famine, the emigrant ships, and the hostile streets of 19th century Boston and New York was carried by a people whose genetic history was already ancient beyond reckoning before any of those events occurred. The Black Irish, the term used for Irish people with dark hair and olive complexions, unusual in a population associated with red hair and pale skin, have long been explained by popular legend as descendants of Spanish Armada survivors or ancient Iberian settlers. The ancient DNA suggests a more straightforward explanation. The dark features are a remnant of the pre-Bronze Age Neolithic population, the people who built Newgrange, whose physical appearance was reconstructed from ancient remains as dark-skinned and dark-haired. Their ancestry was diluted but not eliminated by the Bronze Age replacement. It surfaces in modern Irish people as a phenotype that has been generating folk explanations for centuries. The DNA was not generating a folk explanation, it was preserving a memory, a biological record of a population that was largely replaced 4,000 years ago, but never entirely disappeared, surfacing in the phenotypes of people who had no way of knowing what they were carrying or how long it had been in transit. The Irish survived the famine, the penal laws, the plantation, and the Bronze Age. The 35 million Americans who inherited that survival are connected to all of it, to the emigrant ships and to Newgrange both. If you want more history that DNA is rewriting, subscribe to The Lost Blueprint. New discoveries every day.